Well, hello guys, Theme Park Magic here, and welcome to Alton Towers. I've just been in the Alton Towers dungeon, and I was actually on the front row for the first ever boat ride. Front row, first boat ever in the dungeons. Of course, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I've got probably this side. Yeah, I think here we go. Got a badge because I used to love Charlie. And as I said, I've just been in it. So let me explain. So you go in for your photo op, you're hanging over the docks and all that. Then you go to the judge. Same usual judge. Only problem with that one is he was lower down rather than higher up like he usually is. I would have kind of preferred if he was a bit higher up in the air, but that's fine. Anyway, we've all been punished, so our punishment is to go to the dungeons. That's when you get on the boat ride. So you've only had one scene, and then you go on the boat ride. Say you go on the boat. I enjoyed it. Just my only thing is, right, it was black in most places, like dark, scary, well not scary, but, and then there was like animatronics, and a lot of them weren't animatronics, they were more like projections. So if they could have done more animatronics, or like even projections onto things like heads, then that would have been better. The boat actually stopped where it used to stop for Charlie when you used to go in the great glass elevator. So it stopped just before the finale scene of Toyland Tours. Anyway, you'd step out of the boat and this woman would come to you and kind of like, oh, welcome, I'm the fortune teller, you know. I can do this, that, another, you know. And I really enjoyed her, to be honest. She was very good. Only problem with that one is the boats were only small. I think they were smaller boats or something, which means she had to repeat herself 3 times before we moved on to the next scene, which kind of got a bit boring because it was like, oh, come on guys, say I bid you welcome and all that, and we had to say it 3 times until all of our group got here. But it was still good. And then a head would be like, oh, shut up! You know, who am I, you know? Anyway, after that, the head tells you to go, and the woman tells you to go to a bar area. And the guy talks about Dick Turpin and all of that. And that was actually a great scene. You'd sit in a seat, there would be speakers on both sides. Basically, the highwayman showed up, but he didn't. It was on a projection. Basically, you could hear him like speak, and then on your back there was like little things which would push you. So it was like, in this scenario, he would say, "Oi, you!" and it would push you, and that was really cool. A great jump scare. And then, so that scene was brilliant. And then you would go to. Just heard a scream then. Then you would go to the plague doctor. Usual plague doctor scene, you know. Oh, here's the doctor, he's dead. Let's pull out his bits and all that. And then you went to the torturer after that. She was brilliant. I might have got it mixed around. I think it was the torturer first, I'm not sure. Anyway, she, usual chappy chopper, tongue twister and all that. Brilliant. All of these actors were actually brilliant in this. They were spot on. And I really recommend the dungeons, but don't pay the full price. You know, if you can find a Groupon, or if you go on the website, it's a slight bit cheaper. Merlin Annual Pass people don't get it for free, by the way, just to clarify, like the Warwick Castle ones. And I would rather go to the Warwick Castle ones than these, just because it's more authentic. It's in a real castle rather than this. This is just Charlie, and the real castle's all the way over there. But anyway, still good. And then after the torturer, after the plague doctor, sorry, she'd be like, oh, there's a storm coming, you know, you're going to need to find shelter. Mind you, you'd probably already be dead from the plague. This guy comes in like, oh, come on, find shelter. you'd go in and he'd tell you a story about how it's an abandoned house, and he was talking about Molly Lee lived there. Then all of a sudden he stopped, looked around and went, "That's the story of my mother." The lights went out, he appeared, the lights went out, then like animatronic pots started hitting each other. It was brilliant. That bit was brilliant. The lights went out, all of a sudden the audio was like a little child going, "Molly Lee, Molly Lee, you can't catch me." The lights would go out. She literally came to me and Alex Crump from Theme Park Worldwide, you might know him. I went in there with him, and my dad. But anyway, she jump scared me and Alex. My dad was sitting over there, like in another area. She jump scared everyone else. The lights went off. The man came back and then he went, "Please leave." And that's when you left, and that was the dungeon in a nutshell. Very good theming. My only problem is the roof. The roof hasn't got any theming on it, and it looks very warehousey. So if they could, like, even if they put a few chandeliers on there, that it would look a bit better. As I said, the only problem is the repetitive bit with the woman after the boat. Yeah, that's not really their fault. They just should have made bigger boats, really. In terms, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 5 because there were some disappointing bits. No, not out of 10, out of 5. 4.5 out of 5, sorry. You know, there were some disappointing bits, but also some great bits. And as I said, this is its opening day, so they can always improve later. You know, as I said, we were the first people in. A few people are walking in now for the 11:31 whatnot. But yeah, here's my only other problem. Its location. Scary. Scary. Duh, 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 duh. Do you know what I mean? It's Clyde Cookie Land right there, and a massive scary dungeon over there. Once again, there's no problem with that. Heck it, let's have a look around. They've got the barrel bins. That used to be Charlie, obviously. Oh yeah, definitely an improvement here. Definitely.